Ow. It's in Discord, and I just have look. It's just a screenshot of me looking clueless. Ice cream and coffee for breakfast. The breakfast of champions. Oh yeah. Oh, I need to work on my acoustics setup, which is a fucking pain in the ass. But I'm pretty sure we have the beautiful electric buzz of either my AC unit or my fridge. But actually the fridge makes a nasty noise. But that's the downside of like one room. Oh. The downside of a one room apartment is the refrigerator and the AC unit and all the electronics are my best friends. Oh! Hi, Kareem. Fridge is making nasty noise and food. Wait, food infection is a match made in. You say that, I'm just like, are we talking about food poisoning? Like, I'm impressed with my like little fridge so far because I thrown something in the freezer section and oh boy does it freeze! Oh boy does it freeze! How are you doing, Kareem? Is it morning for you right now or evening? It is 7:15 a.m. Great. I've been bad. I've been staying up late. Mm. 5 p.m.'s not bad. 5 p.m.'s not bad at all. And I am assuming your name is correct, right, Kareem? Please let me know otherwise. I got escape. No. Wait for oh. Oh, awesome. Oh man. One of someone I met like last weekend put me on to what I think is now going to be my go-to ice cream bar. The Jumbo. Vanilla Monaga Jumbo, and it's just like a wafer ice cream sandwich, and you get either vanilla or chocolate, and it has like a layer of like the flavor of chocolate or vanilla in the middle. Okay, anyway. Because I didn't end up setting on any plans. But I've got some smongings and stuff I want to maybe go through a bit. Yeah, I have awesome. Here. Oh. Wow. Wink down for shades. What has been experience in Japan so far? Pretty good. Pretty good. I think my biggest thing is that I've definitely had a lot of sweets. And I need to figure out if it's the plastic pitcher I got or if it's my kettle. But I'm fighting like this plasticky aftertaste. I think I'm starting to understand what like the BPA free people are on about because I don't want to go. I should get my water from the Queene. But I'm just like I think one is definitely the washing out of, oh my god, the washing out of thingamadoo. Oh my god. Oh my god. I need to put a, oh yeah, nope, that was my fridge. Hello, tower. Let me, oh my god. I don't think it's water per se. I feel the twitch to do that. Yep. See if I can set this up because I'm still resetting up things for sure. I realize there's an export import settings button. Yeah, you heard me right. I think you might have because I was just talking about like water quality, but it's like specifically like out of the tap it's not bad, but also like I'm a little scared because I know I've been hearing things on and off like all over the world. Like it's not just one area, but like norovirus and stuff. So I'm just like, I don't really want to have not boiled water. But it's like new plastic has like a smell to it here. And yeah. And not exactly super insane about it. The sickies for no, I'm so scared about getting sick from the tap water because I'm over here going like I'm like basic like I'm doing my best to like dodge and swerve like heat stroke and stuff like that. Yeah, no, I've been eyeballing. There's water filters. I actually eyeballed some like water filters that I could just put on my tap, and I'm just like, but also like I have like the smallest size kitchenette you're able to like fit in a place. Like I got a little magnet. I will hydrate. I will not die straight. I swear I've been getting like vitamin different. I've been trying different vitamin waters from like the community. Because that's also another thing. Because it's so easy to just eat meat and carbs. And I'm scared. I'm scared. Like a lot of my diet, like I was saying before, it's been a lot of sugar. And yeah. Okay, if I say okay and apply, does that work? Oh, okay. Okay. Anyway, browser. Second open. Yeah. So, someone I met last weekend put me on these bad boys, and it's basically just like ice cream with a layer of chocolate and wafer on the outside. Oh, oh, it's been my go-to. I'm not a super big chocolate person, so I've been getting the vanilla one. Oh, I'm getting a different brand mixed in on this. Ooh, this rivalry. They don't sell them. Oh no! One second. I want to set up my little live chat thing because we're probably not at this point. I have to give it a fresh token, I guess. Yeah, making that's a good plan. Making a food wish list. Yeah, let's go. I met up with a group yesterday, and there was a Belgian beer fest actually that we walked by, and we were just like, oh, we should go try it out. It was like $40, and you got one glass and 13 tokens. However, we got there in the last like half hour of the event, so it was all of us looking, going like, yeah, not worth it. Not worth it. You have to put creme brulee ice cream from 7-Eleven. That's so fair. That's so fair. Okay, I can probably look it up later. Download new key. I mean, some hangouts you enjoy, but go, that was not economic. Yeah. No, we opted out of that, and instead we did how to use your keys expired, download a new one, download new, yippee! Ah, I see. Yeah, cut and paste, cut and paste. There we go. Load it back in. We fresh, please. Hello. We ended up actually going to Yakitori, and it was a place where it was like every item you ordered was a set price. So like, I think it was 390 yen per item. One of the guys I was with who's been around for a bit longer, he kind of looked at me and was like, that's more expensive than I remember it being. And I'm just like, makes sense. It's like when I was in Tokyo a couple years ago in January 2023. I remember you could buy a bottle of water for like 88 yen. And back, Grandpa's ranting at the clouds. Excuse me. Oh my god. Ugh. Let's get you back to bed. No. No. Not back to bed. I've been rotting. I don't want to go back to bed. Anyway, but like, no, it's not past my bedtime. It's 7 a.m. I just woke up. Don't send me back. Born to explore, forced to eat. No, that's so fair. Well, also, like, it's so warm for me over here that I'm just like, I'll be walking around, blah, 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 and I'll be like, I could go for a nap. They're confused. It's bad, I fear. It's okay. I'm perpetually confused. Don't worry. Don't worry. The way I get lost confidently. Boom. Oh, yeah. Come on. Verifying key. Okay. It's working here. It's working here. Oh. Refresh source. There we go. Will that work? Will that work now? How's the time zone adjustment been? So far, so good. So far, so good. I had a couple days where I was just totally cooked. And then I had like one late night out with some homies. We may or may not have a very gay group chat where I gushed about the really cool older lady who works at the Lawsons nearby. She's got a sick like undercut and stuff like that. And I've been in there a good few times, and I don't know how much she notices that I like stare at her with like oogling, going like, "Oh, you're so pretty." Like I'll hazard a guess she's in her late 30s. She could be older, um, but she's giving like cool like older lady energy, and I'm just like, hi, ma'am." um, but I pop my eyes are up here. I've been looking at them for 30 minutes now that um yeah. Anyway, I popped in there on my way out yesterday, and I just grabbed like a bottle of tea and a snack, and she just handed me a coupon flyer for their sushi stuff, like their rice balls and stuff, and I'm just like, oh, thank you. And I was like, I feel so seen by the pretty older lady. I feel so seen. I'm just like melting. Somebody noticed me. The pretty older lady who works at the convenience noticed me. Gas for me. For me. Oh, this is bigger. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's like, ooh, actually, big for your rep. Good. Glad to see it. Yeah. Did I post that? Yes, I did. Here, let me also show. I'll just give myself big. My haul. So I found the main like Gachapon shop chain so far that there's one main one that I mostly found in Shinsaibashi, which is like there's two big go-to like tourist area, like big shopping area that I've really like been to because that's where all the meetup events and stuff are, and it's Umeda or it's Namba. But Namba has like the most because that's like where Dontonbori, and then also Shinsaibashi, which is a huge shopping area. That's where there's like a 3-story book off where I may have gotten a fat stack of books. Well, two of them are a random Yuri Hime. So Yuri Hime is like a well-established Yuri manga publishing company, like magazine, and so they also are just publishers. And I got a couple volumes of one that looked cute because it was just like the wrong. Okay, 1 second. Let me lock. We're locking in, buddy. We're locking in. So uh uh so my first concern when I was looking, I was like, oh, it's so they actually put an English title on here, and it's just Sideways. Hello? It's just Sideways right here. Insecure Harami Sisters. So Harami being the name, and then like sisters, like which one is when I initially like read it, I didn't quite catch that there was an English title on there, but I was like, which sister's gonna fold? Like or well, it's like yanderu, like who's kind of sick in the head. Anyway, I was like, oh, they're not actually sisters. No, they're like actually sisters, but like it's done well. It's done well for things. This is one of those things I cannot show. Yeah, you can't show the non-weebs this, because they'll be like, what the fuck is this? This is that hentai shit we bullied you for in middle school about. But let's put it this way, it is so fluffy. It's basically the premise is that this is the older sister, and of course she looks younger, and then the younger sister looks older, and it's more like cool, composed. Sorry, I'm opening a cream puff I got, because I'm eating very healthy. Let me know if there's any audio issues, because I'm watching my mic monitoring bar peak, and I'm just like, no, I don't want to hurt the people's ears. Okay, I know they're called sisters, but it's really not like that. No, they are sisters. They are sisters. But basically, the younger sister had like a super popular idol career, and then the older sister is like working in a con cafe, and this is very much just like a self-indulgent, like, ho ho. It's very, very self-indulgent. And I love it. It's like the maid cafe. It's so pretty. It's so cute. And it's so fluffy. And it's like it's got the whole thing where it's just like the younger sister is just kind of like cool, quiet, aloof, like doesn't really care. But then the older sister comes in and she's like, "Hi sis." So basically it's like it's sister obsession. Like all I can say is anytime I go like, oh, they're sisters, I go, please don't be citrus, please don't be citrus, please don't be citrus, please don't be citrus. Oh, please don't be citrus. That's the killing stalking of Yuri in my mind. Like, no. But like, it's so pretty. So pretty. They're so pretty. Oh, look at that face. Oh, look at that face. Anyways, I'm so normal. I also had a homie recommend to me a couple series that I also got. One is what is it? Bokura no Chikyu no Arukikata. Arukikata? Yeah, you fuck with the art there. Yeah. It's so cute. No, I don't think I've gushed about this is Mito's work. If you want the fluffiest girls ever, this shit right here, please and thank you. Gochou-sama desu. Hello, fellow gay. Hello, Cinti. Welcome to the Game Rambles. I was just introducing the homies to let me out. Yes, I want. Oh yeah. Anyway. Get me out. Let me out. Okay, there we go. To this manga that I picked up at Book Off. Google Translate for this one. This is totally untranslated, but this has been being translated into English, so there's already some volumes done in English. And it's super cute, super fluffy. Spoiler, they get married at the end. The premise is the sheep princess and her wolf butler. And it is very much just like the femme taking the lead. And she's like, no, you're my bitch. Come here. They don't have the last episode for free. Okay, it's fine. Because when it was being published, the most recent episode would be free. But yeah, no, they get married at the end. And I may or may not have taken a screen cap of one of the phrases at the end. No, I don't wanna buy it. But basically there's a whole section there's there's a whole section with the wedding where Momo, the sheep princess, looks at oh my god, I'm blanking on the name. It's not, is it Akane or, oh well, just, you know what? Aki. Aki like the fall. But during when they're getting ready for their wedding, like Aki's all embarrassed and going like, "Oh my god, Momo, you're gorgeous." And then Momo goes, "You know who's more beautiful? You, Momo's wife." Momo's wife is like, because Momo does like the cutesy, like talking in third person and stuff like that, and goes like, "Momo's wife is the cutest in the whole world." I'm just like, anyway, so cute, so precious. Excuse me. But yeah, no, super pretty, super fluffy. I can't over. I'm sorry. I've had the cuteness diabetes for a while. It's so cute. Holy shit. Here. We're opening the health site. We're opening Twitter because oh no, I don't want to share it. Mito sensei. Hmm? 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 Oh, come on. Come on, where's... Ah, there it is. I was like, there has to be a link. Oh, about Dia babies. Yeah. But Mito also has another series with a couple. One is a anthropomorphized Pomeranian, and then this is the Grim Reaper. The Grim Reaper, who is totally not in love with a human. Oh my god. It's so cute. Yeah, it's, oh, and this is a cute one too. But they just post like free comics, like happy ears. So it's like blah 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 blah. The ears pop out because she's so happy. As soon as I send the message, I sent from the universe. Cute. Oh my god. Oh yeah. 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 Mito is here for the gays and the bays. Oh yeah. Oh. So okay, I'll take a second. No. No, just let me open the image. God damn it, Twitter. But what? No, go away. Okay, no, I'll listen to your freaking prompt. I don't want to though. You're blocking the image. Ne, それって manga? Hey, is that a manga? You're always reading, huh? Oh yeah. 話しかけてくれた. Like, please don't talk to me. What am I supposed to say? It's like, That drawing is so cute. Like, oh my god, that drawing is so cute. Kai Kaitai kara taitoru. Like, tell me the title so I can buy it. It's Bochi the Rochefort sex. But also it's more like, oh my god, cute girl talking to me. Tessa is. Oh, other happy ear moments when she gets a good mark on her test. When the manga gets a little spicy. And when eating yummy food. So cute, so cute. Whenever I need to heal my soul, I just go like, "Hello, Mito Sensei." Oh, I saw. I think I also saw volumes of this, and I was so tempted, but also I was like, "Am I in the mood for Yuri tragedy?" It's doomed Yuri. It's doomed Yuri. I opened like the beginning of the first book, and it's literally just like it starts off strong. Oh, it's full angst. I looked at it, I was like, this looks angsty. I opened the first like section, and it was just like basically like someone having like a delusion. I guess I don't know, but it was like a girl was like standing in front of the stage going like, "Oh, as a student council president, blah, blah, blah." It's very, very teenage angst, and I'm so tempted because it's so pretty, but also I'm just like, am I speech? Oh, it's so cute. Oh, so cute. I too am delusional. She can make me worse. It's like a trifecta of making people worse because I think there's like, oh my god, is this the author? Because I opened it and it looks like it starts off with one girl's obsession with another, and then there's a third girl who's also in it, and it's like I did not look too much at it, but I was like, it's giving a love triangle, and everyone's making each other worse. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, also the title is Zenbu Koashite Jigoku de Aishite. Um love me until everything's gone to hell. So you got a dibble king. Have a good night. Take care. Yeah. I didn't even mean to go off and rant about Yuri, but you can tell my priorities. I have priorities. Hehe. My priority is Yuri. Oh my god, they look happy here. Oh my god. Anyway, look at the cute Cyrano. Ah! Oh, so last weekend, I went to Nippombashi when they had the cosplay parade. If I look it up, will it show me some of the photos? About the what? You had to explain to your boyfriend the lore about the horse and lesbians? Huh? Okay, which horse? Which horse are we talking about? Like Rosa Verse. Oh no, wait, this should be good. Oh no. Uh do they have the tag here? Nippombashi Street Festa. There we go. Could you look up evil and intimidating horse? Oh! Oh my god, wait, this is from 2024. Oh, okay. No, I'm familiar with this. But I think I saw a later iteration of it. Oh my god. Yes. Let me move that over. I respect the trust given here. Oh yeah. You've passed the vibe check, homie. You get streamer Google privilege. Evil intimidating horse. What? Evil and intimidating giraffe. Evil. Oh. Oh yeah. Okay, I did not see much of this meme, but yes. Yes. I want to open the Reddit, but I have a VPN on right now, and it'll just cock block me and be like, "Excuse you, you should file a ticket. We blocked this IP address." I'm just like, I understand. I understand. No. But yeah. Yeah. No. I have seen that. I have seen that. I haven't seen it in a while. Anyway, no, I went to the street festa, basically Osaka's annual cosplay parade. And there were some really cool costumes. There were so many people cosplaying, and like there's so many people who like know, like I didn't even see. Um like there were here. So oh, that's I could, yeah. No, there were so many people. I think one of the most insane things is one of the first cosplayers I spotted was the oh, I keep blanking on her name, but the protagonist girl from Air. But I saw someone cosplaying the main girl here. And I was like, damn, I feel old. Because that's an older series for sure. I want to see if they have any photos of the parade. Because they also had a so because this is basically the Akihabara. Oh yeah, let's go. Horse girl making takoyaki. I saw a really cute video of someone who's working one of the street food stands yell Albedo to the Albedo cosplayer that was walking the parade, and the Albedo's just like, "Hey, yeah, I see ya. What are you selling? I'll come back around." um, Minecraft, Minecraft. Um, but yeah. Oh, there it is. There it is. One second. Let me pause the music. So this is a clip. Oh, they had a live stream for it. Yeah, so they had like people in those suits and everything. So this was like the peak group. They also had yeah, that's just like he's on wheels. Homie is on wheels. And there's I think yeah, someone in the back of the cave puppeteering it. So like a whole group of common riders. There's the Albedo. There's the Albedo who like got called out by someone who was working on the side, going like, Albedo. He's on a skateboard when. um, yeah, let's go. Let's go. There's also a whole lot of really big temples over nearby because this is near Namba. Basically, there's like a river that goes through Osaka, and that's the main definer between like the areas. I feel like for like the really like commercial area and stuff like that. Yeah, they also had cosplay guests from Europe. Haruhi, I see Haruhi. Pretty. Wait, is she from Reverse 99? I don't know, she looked a little familiar. Oh, someone cosplaying the Osaka Expo. Oh, this is a nice POV. I was behind a good number of people. Oh, there was also it's a crossover episode and a half. There was also Ronald McDonald and the KFC Colonel, like walking down arm in arm. Oh, this is a long video. Here we go. Oh yeah, Nahida. I think there was like a bunch of Nahidas, if I'm remembering correctly. Oh. Can I do 2 times speed? Yeah. There we go. There we go. There's the Colonel. There's the Colonel and Ronald. Yeah, there's like a gaggle of Nahidas. And there's a Zenless Zone. There were so many Zenless Zone cosplayers, actually. Oh my, yeah. Yeah. The donkey. Someone carrying Don Quixote's mascots. Oh, I didn't notice him! Majima? Majima? Oh, you meant like 3? No. No, if it was 3 Nahidas, like, oh, there's some Nahidas. No. I don't know. Oh, okay, no, that's not the same. There was another Gojo Satoru, and when I was going to like meet up with people, I was walking down the street. I lost because it was like, oh, meet at like the station and the station entrance, and I was like, okay, cool. I just got up to the road because I was like, okay, I'm flustered. It was like day 4, like first time ever being in this area as well. And like day 4 of me being wandering around and stuff like that, but first day ever being in this area. So I was just like, and also they had the road closed off, all kinds of stuff going on, lots of people. Um, oh, I'm almost forgetting about my cream puff. That would be a crime. No. It has custard. Okay, sorry. But there was a Gojo cosplayer. Snack break. Yum yum yum. There's a Gojo cosplayer standing in the road, and all I hear is a gaggle of girls go, "Gojo hand sign, Gojo hand sign," and then he like went and did a pose with like his fingers like in front of him. I guess it was like a specific pose for Gojo, but it was so cute just hearing people like go like, "Oh my god, Gojo, do the hand sign, do the hand sign." It was a different Gojo. Oh yeah, yeah. Marie Antoinette, Rose of Versailles. Oh yeah, I've seen so much Wicked actually. All right, Mr. America, Mr. Yu-Gi-Oh America. I do not remember his name because I just remember him being like "Yee-haw, America" in like the Yu-Gi-Oh abridged. Anyways. Oh, there's bleach in there. Yeah, they had a nice leisurely walk. It was a very short parade. Not caught up in Yu-Gi-Oh lore. It's fine. It's he's from the arc where Pegasus had them all fighting to the death on his island. Picked up Baby Lord just that's so valid. That's so fair. I had a friend who was super 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 into Yu-Gi-Oh, and when you have someone who's super 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 into a series, it's easier to like osmosis proxy pickup a lot. Do you okay, Kareem, my homie, my dear, do you not understand that, like, I don't know, okay. Well, if you don't not super familiar with Yu-Gi-Oh. So Yu-Gi-Oh, they tried to hide it in the 4Kids dub, but in Yu-Gi-Oh, um, the loser gets banished to the Shadow Realm. And that is Christian 4Kids code for you die. Play card game, play children's card game, die in real life. So whenever you like, you'd win. Honestly, I feel like whoever has the strongest vibes wins in Yu-Gi-Oh, to be quite frank. There's a reason why Yu-Gi-Oh always wins. Me versus the Shadow Realm. Me versus my demons who are freeloaders. You'd rule. Good. Look forward to your rule, your reign. Oh yeah. Yeah, this Goku was carrying this giant ball all day. All day. Oh. Oh my god. The fucking Pooh and Piglet. They they had a whole photo shoot on the street before the parade. It has to be from a meme. It's giving the Chinese memes with like the detailed face. So, okay. Cream puff devoured. VTuber spotted, VTuber spotted. Toho spotted, Toho spotted. There was so much Toho. I was so happy. I was so happy. VTuber real! VTuber real! You wanna know the most cringe thing? The number of people I look at and I'm just like, yeah, I like these like old series and I like VTubers and they look at me like, oh. Some same wait. Sorry. Took me a second. Sorry, Beyblade Moses? Biblically accurate Beyblade? What? Beyblade Moses. Beyblade is blade. Beyblade is edgy. Oh my god. Yeah, they do that. Yeah, they do that. Oh my god. Took itself randomly so seriously. Hey, we got ghost stories. Oh my god. This is the revisionism we need to see. This is the kind of history revision we need in the world. Moses used the Beyblade to part the Red Sea. Oh my god. Oh my god. No. No fucking way that's real. This feels like a 4Kids thing. This feels like a 4Kids thing. Metal Fusion. There's no way this was in the Japanese version. This feels like a 4Kids thing. The f- I choose, oh, oops, sorry. I choose you, Beyblade. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. Oh, that's wild. That's wild. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Oh my god. Anyway. Yeah. No, there was a lot. Here we go. So newspaper posting. Yeah, I think I was told there was about 10,000 cosplayers, maybe? Or like 1,000. There was like way more. No, I think it was 1,000. I think it was 1,000. There was like a good few hundred who were registered with the event, and then a lot of people who just like cosplayed for fun. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, that's so fun. It was huge. It was huge. It bled over onto like a couple streets over. Ooh, pretty lady. Pretty lady. Yeah, no, I was watching and I was like, man, this is making me want to cosplay. This is making me want to cosplay. I saw like a Sakuya cosplayer who had like the like a textured fabric for her dress, and I was like, oh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. Yo. Oh, they also like beginning of the parade before the cosplayers went down, they had all the maid cafes go through because for the Street Festa, they had oh my god, Nahida's Assemble. Nahida's Assemble. Oh. They are too powerful. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, another one. Another one. Pulling up like the Ginyu squad, yeah. Behind the camera, totally losing their shit. Like, yeah, you got your photo, looking good. We're good, we're good. Oh my god. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Zavaldo. Jojo posing. Oh my god. And last one, last one. Or they just go muscle, they're gonna just. Jojo posing is always. Jojo posing is always just like, yes, yes, yes. Oh yeah, they had a whole Xeon brigade, which was cool. Like they had a lot of people. I just kept looking at it going like, I don't want to hear people on the internet find it because the weirdos will find it. Oh my god, it's moving seats. Oh, that's so fun. Oh, babes, you were not in the parade. I did not spot you. Oh my god. Yeah, I know. She's cosplaying from oh my god. It's right there. Like I'm obsessed with magical girls or whatever. It's yeah. Oh, there was Kogia's cosplays too, right? Oh, it's so good. It's so good. You're approaching me. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, that's a gorgeous shot. Corgias. Yeah. Corgias. Hello? Hello? It's from that video. Its opening is your favorite song? Awesome. I haven't listened to the opening in a while, but if you play it, it will unlock memories. Because I first started going to anime conventions when Code Geass was like at peak. Oh my god, there they are in their glory. And then there was Lupin. Eh? Oh, they cost like otakus. Oh my god, there's so many posts here. Oh, cute! Cute! What would I pick for your cosplay to this? Oh, I don't know. It's hard. Let's making choices. Er, 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 no. Choices are pretty spooky. We pivot. Oh, that was loud. Anyway, we'll just like stare in awe. There's too many choices because I'd always love to. Hello, Jazz. Hello. I'm just showing the Twitter feed from the cosplay parade I saw last weekend. Hello. Uh, oh my god. Excuse me. That must be the cosplayer showing the outfit before putting it on. Excuse me. Oh yeah, here's some of the maids. If I look this up, will it show me the official account? No. Oh, cute! Uh, how do he? They took her head. No! Okay, yeah, yeah. But Three Festa. Okay, that's yeah. So they had a Grand Prix for like basically the princess of Nippombashi or Pombashi. So Maid Cafe Tiara Azusa is the winner, and I think she led the ceremony. I've been thinking about a Japan trip someday and going when this happens is suddenly a very good idea. Yeah, yeah. And then second place, third place. And so all of these maids walked in the parade with a sign for their shop. So I met a homie who has an he made the joke. I was like, "Oh, you got your gaijin card and your Goshijin sama card." Because they had a card saying for membership at Homemade Cafe from like a couple years ago, and I'm just like, "Bud, we need to go together and you can flex your Goshijin card." Because I want to go by some maid cafes. I want to be cringe like that. I want to be cringe and free. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, double down on cringe, be based. You bet. Is it Yara Niku? Eh? Meme cosplay? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, I feel old. I feel old because this is an older meme. This is the much older meme. Holds a place in your heart. That's so valid. It's so valid. It's called you have good taste, my man. Raisa, oh, cute. Hello, Mash. Mashi. Oh my god, OG-san reincarnated as a villainess. Let's go. Let's go. Oh my god. You had a crazy memory just now, yeah? Hello. Oh, this is so cute. It's like an original maid outfit themed off of the Osaka Expo mascot. That's so cute. Like, no, no. Cream, what the fuck? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. One. No. Six Flags trip in high school and saw someone wearing the hentai faces hoodies and bent. Oh. Like, no way they do it. No, no, they wouldn't. No, they wouldn't. No, absolutely not. Oh, no. Kareem, I fucking hate that. Ugh. As a teenager, one of my edgelord things was going, what, what if I wore a full suit, a Hagao suit? And I was just like, but that's a lot of money for something really stupid. Funny at high schools, yes. Objectively, what the fuck? Yeah. It's so funny as like a 5 second bit, and then it's like ooh, Jazz. Jazz. Sometimes it's okay to not be nice. Sometimes, sometimes people deserve to be shit on. Aesthetic. Calling an aesthetic is very kind. Social bullying is sometimes okay. Yeah. Okay. Back to okay. I'm finally full circling, full circle. Were they in sports mode? Were Crocs out in public? Okay, okay, but like people see Crocs, they go like, yes, comf. I I love these divas right here. They're soft. I saw the one with the how the circle started. The first outing they were. What? Oh, back creek. Oh. Ugh. Oh, excuse me. Anyway, I'm really happy with these, especially because I found them again later in blind boxes and they were 50 yen extra because they were in blind boxes, I guess. Um, the bone popping? What? What? Bone popping? What are you looking at, homie? Oh, bone popping? No, crackling. Sorry, I don't think about bones popping. My thing is usually more muscle, tense muscles, so I don't really think about the bones. I know they're there. Joints crunchy. Honestly, I kind of wish. Oh, that's right. I have to do more stretches. Because I'm having the side effects of bad lower back issues. Let's put it this way. My big sign is if I cannot lift my foot up to put a shoe on, that means that I need to stretch out my lower back and stuff like that. And my oh my god, the runner's band or whatever, uh, the long muscle band in the legs, because if like limited range of motion is the first sign that I'm on my way to sciatica. So I gotta do more stretches and stuff like that. I've been bad with it. So at least at least I'm like familiar. What do you mean next? What? Old age is catching up. No, it's called I abuse my body for years on end, and then get surprised when it's like, hey, it hurts. No, my knees. Actually, so when I bring up like my the band, the muscle band in my legs, so my two issues I really had in my life so far, which I only got like looked at recently, like in the last year, was so lack of developed muscles in my core, meaning that all the pressure goes to my lower back, and that turns into muscle tension, and then that turns into nerve pinching around the sciatic nerve, and that turns into the whole lower body getting fucked up. Um, but like it's fixable. It's fixable. So like it's not the end. And then the other thing is that I had my kneecaps get kind of like locked in place because my muscles were pulling them like up. And when I saw the physiotherapist, she was like, "Yeah, your kneecap when you have it like when you have your like leg in like in a neutral position, your kneecap should be able to like move freely." And I'm just like, "It's supposed to be able to move." That's oh, okay. And then she was like, "Oh, you have very small kneecaps." And I'm just like, "Okay." But no, they were like locked in place and particularly like up and down. Um, because I've had it when I walk sometimes, I'll have like a snap, crackle, pop, like the popping sensation, and if you I hear it go up the spine and into the back of my neck. Okay, that's rough. It makes sense, but it's crazy how yeah, exactly. How connected the body is. Like it just takes like one thing in one weird spot, to just create issues everywhere. Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't take much. Like I like to say, the human body is resilient, but it's sure fucking fickle. I need to post more fun things. I need to share more fun, cutesy things. More whimsy. I need to be more whimsical. Bring more whimsy out. Evolution is just gambling. Well, it's like all the like evolution sims, like, oh my god, what is it? Spore. Like Spore and stuff like that. And other like games where like, or like when you like are like breeding Pokemon and excuse me. Yeah, you know what I mean. You're picking up when I'm putting down. Awesome. But like, yeah, you have like the chance of element of random chance for like what traits get inherited, and whatnot. Yeah. Yeah. I'm so glad they're posting more art for the Love at the Milky Way Diner. I'm so excited. Oh, it's goodbye. Teaching X thing to walk. Thousands of loops. Yeah, that's a homie. That's machine learning. That is the premise of most popular AI models. Is you just throw shit at a wall and hope it sticks. Yeah, that's true. Before, okay. So wild thing I'm gonna say here, but I heard someone go like, "Oh, if I knew what the new NFT thing was, I'd cash it on." It's like it's AI. That's the big craze is AI, and it's calling everything AI. All these like chatbots and stuff that we've had for a long time. All these quote unquote AI models and stuff that we've had for a long time, everything's getting labeled. Oh, use the new AI this, AI that, and it's just like, it's made into something so much grandiose than it is, and it gives people who don't know what AI is this idea that it's like more advanced than sci-fi. I learn this every day in my major. You're so right. Like it's okay. You don't need everything to be AI. Yeah. Well, it's like a lot. Like the thing with artificial intelligence is it's not like it's smart. It's stupid. It's stupid. It's artificial intelligence. It's artificial. It's created. It's not smart. It's stupid. And then people get upset at it or like they assume that, oh, if it's intelligent, that means it's like a human. And it's not. Honestly, like NFTs, grifter scam. All the people going like, oh, give me money so I can make this AI. Grifter scam. Scammer scamming. People acting like AI is new when physics was testing out machine learning before. Yeah, 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 yeah. Is it really is guessing at the end of the day, but it's presented as raw intelligence. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Well, it's like I've looked into stuff like machine translation because like I've used Google Translate on and off over years and years and years, and I've seen how it's gone from like absolute dog shit to like less dog shit. One thing I want to get into one day and like read up on is how they structure um like machine translation models, because the big thing with language is a lot of it is context dependent. Like English is a lot easier because it's low context, high, is it low context? No, it's low context, high information. So you have all the information in what is being said, in what is being expressed, and then you have languages like Japanese, which is high context, low information, which is part of the reason why I've had like some Japanese speakers I talk to go like, "Oh, it's so much more expressive in English," and I'm just like, "Yeah, but like English speakers are a little like, you get more often that they're a little obtuse to like I'm just like okay, anyway, but English speakers tend to be like a little more obtuse because they're used to being fed more information and not relying on context. And so when you have like, I swear, like a big thing for like language learning, especially when things are like quote unquote more difficult, like harder, is that you tend to have people who are going from like low context to high context or high context to low context, and having that awareness needing to be restructured, redeveloped, expanded in a way so that you can have a better approach instead of, because it's like I've had a few people go like, "Oh, your pronunciation is really good," and I go like, ah shit, okay, I gotta sound like I don't know how to do grammar good then, I guess, if I can't avoid sounding not too strong. Ah, yeah, honestly, with you being a linguistic nerd, which is a good thing, you look into that makes sense. There's so much more about what info they look for naturally being very different. Yeah. Yeah, like language is a product of its culture, which is why, like, I there's nothing really to quote, but I know enough about like established and like accepted theories on language like growth development is that it's bottom up growth, and that's because language change, it's about language change. When you have like language change that comes from the bottom up, it's natural, it's culturally propelled, which is why like things like yeet have still like persisted on through the days. Meanwhile, you have things like, you have the when people try to do top down, that's usually for people trying to be like, oh, well, if you're part of like the high society, if you are like part of, if you are in vogue, then they might try it. I don't have any examples because none of them ever really stick. Because when it's from top down, it's usually like exclusivity and like it's not inclusive of a variety of speakers. Meanwhile, when it's bottom up, it's like it's being used regularly. It's inclusive. It's used as like a group uh speech marker to like establish like your identity as like part of the group. And people see that they're like, "Oh my god, I want to be in the group." Transatlantic, yes. Well, yeah. Well, transatlantic accent is a functional thing. It wasn't so much as like, maybe it can come off as a class thing, but from my understanding, the transatlantic accent. You know what? Yes, yes. Sorry, I thought for a second I was like, I thought it had something to do with like the radio. It was like, oh, like what transmits best over radio, because when you had lower quality audio over the radio waves, you have to make sure that you enunciate. And so a part of it was that they wanted people to enunciate very clearly so that listeners can best understand, like the most people can understand. But also to choose what that would be the people in power with just determining what the prestige is and determining what is best for that. So yeah. I think I remembered the other thing. Esperanto. And motherfuckers who keep going like universal language theory, universality, and I just kind of look at them and I'm just like, I understand the spirit. I understand wanting to like have like the key to language, the code for everything, but language, like, it's cute and fun for people to like pick it apart, and like, yeah, they make some good connections. Like, there was a whole thing I was like going off in Discord about, like, with the chinque. I don't know. I don't know how to say it. I've just read it. And how I had an assignment where I had to read through yeah, different cultures to prioritize different things. Yeah. Language is a big game of listeners saying few word good and speaker being many word good. Yeah. Language is a tool. If that's how I look at it. Language is a tool um meant for easy communication. And because it is a tool, it is contextually dependent on the region it is from and the context and the social norms, which is where you get a lot of differences. Like, yes, there's a historical progression, and there's constantly languages like it's hard to grasp, like, because we haven't had a lot of cataloging of languages until recently. Not a lot of anthropological work done on languages and recording languages and like numbers of languages and stuff. But the general trend is that if you have a community of speakers, they will develop their own dialect, and that dialect may evolve into its own language or whatnot. All depends on influences, all depends on level of isolation and time to like kind of incubate and create a language. But a lot of the languages that we have now came from basically like survival of the fittest evolution of the languages that had power, getting more and more and more power and developing more and more. Yeah. Well, it's like one thing I think is super cool is how English is kind of like a global lingua franca. And so you have things where like different regions that you speak English for business and whatnot, or have picked up English because they were formerly like colonized by the British. They have their own dialect of English, like Singaporean English, Shinglish or something. Um, which is like if you have a non-native speaker or someone who isn't really aware that that's a different variation of English, you are not going to understand them. It's like how I've met Americans who, when they hear I think it was someone who was from Brazil? I don't know, but like Spanish Portuguese region, and it was English as a second language. And I understood him through his accent just fine. Like I had no issue, but I had some there were some Americans also in the same call, and they were like, "Oh, I can't understand anything you're saying." And he was like apologizing, going like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Like my English is very good." I was like, "Buddy, you were doing just fine. They just need to train their ears, honestly." I didn't say that part, but I was like, "No, I understand you just fine. Like you were speaking clearly to me. Like I can understand what you're saying. Like as long as you're not too quiet, I understand what you're saying just fine." But it's just the fact that I have trained. Yeah. And that's American, though they don't need to train their ears. Yeah. Well, it's like Americans and American English is very like insular. Um I grew up around like I basically grew up with mostly ESL speakers speaking around me. So every once in a while I have a really weird accent, and people like I've had multiple people in my hometown go like, "Oh, where are you from? Where's your accent from?" And I'm just like, "Here." Like, I don't know what you want me to say. But also like I've had a lot of like international students around. I've trained my ears. And so like I can understand most accents. The only time I've ever had an issue with someone who was speaking English as a second language, I felt so bad because it was a grad student presenting um a topic for a course. Because the professor running the course was her mentor, I believe. But I think she was from South Korea, And the issue I had was that she was speaking very, very like consistent pace with no major stress markers or pauses. And so I couldn't figure out like which word was which. I was also a really tired student, so that didn't help either. And I just like sat there and my eyes glazed over and I was like, I feel so bad, but I can't follow a single thing you're saying. And I like to think that I'm like pretty good at following regardless, but like it was just like there was no like stress on the words in any way for me to kind of like ground the sentence. And I was just sitting there going like, I'm so glad she gave me a sheet of paper with what she's talking about, because otherwise I would be sitting here and I would just be like, I think I'm gonna cry. I don't understand what's happening. Yeah, it happens. I feel that. Yeah. Oh, and it's like, even if I do have a hard time with like um understanding someone through an accent or something like that, if I have these words aren't wording teach, I'm sorry. Yeah. But it was like she was clearly doing her best and I think she was trying to like get through the presentation really fast. So I was like, "Oh, oh, I see the effort, uh but no, that was the only time I've ever really had issues, because most of the time if I feel like I'm kind of have issues, if I start to like have like certain keywords I can follow, I can start to kind of like get used to like the patterns, because it's all patterns in the end. Oftentimes the brain isn't braining. Yeah, no, that doesn't help either. That doesn't help either. When the brain doesn't brain. Yeah. No, I should look into the structuring for machine translation, because I'm really curious what like how they organize the information. Unless they look at it and go like, "Oh, we're just gonna train the AI. We're not gonna look at the structure." But there's like a whole subfield in linguistics of machine translation theory and stuff like that. I think the programs that have the most problems are less accents, but more when someone's too quiet. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Or their words sound too close together and make one. Yeah, that mumbling. That's called mumbling, homie. When people mumble, it's like I had the ultimate boss the other like I think last week. Last week, that is the word for that. Yeah. Where I went into the conveni. No, that's okay. You're fine. You're fine. Sometimes words don't word and brain doesn't brain, and you lose the word and you go like, I know the word. There's a word for it, but it's not coming. It's not here. And then you think too hard about it. And then you go to someone like, do you know the word for this, 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 and this? And then they go, I did, but now it's gone. I swear I speak this language. Don't worry, homie. Don't worry, homie. I constantly do syllabic flips. As of 5 seconds ago. That's so fair. That's so fair. That's so fair. You gotta go have a head empty reset. Waiting for the brain cell to bounce off the DVD screensaver of the brain cell. Oh my god. Oh yeah, no, I was talking about like how like machine translation has its own has its own subfield within linguistics, where they're trying to like, I guess, organize how to express the information and translate and like organize the translation to like be efficient, which is difficult because you mostly have to, because I, there's the people who really 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 want there to be like with math, like an easy formula equation that you can apply to all of language, which is universal hierarchy theory or universal theories. It's cute. That's a cute hobby. Like, it gives colonizer. Let's just put it that way. It gives colonizer. Because a lot of like again, language is contextual. They will soon realize language is way complex for that. Yeah, well, it's like you don't. need a lot to get by, but if you want to present as intelligent and like socially proficient, then you need to understand the context and what is correct and like levels of formality. And again, every language is a little different because it all comes from uh like social norms and um yeah. It all comes from social norms and the culture. Like, and with that also comes politics. Because the moment you're working with groups of people and you start defining groups, it also turns into politics as well. Because politics is all about the power of different groups and hierarchy. Yeah, politics makes everything so much slower, but like there's some people who are insecure, and instead of being just chill like that, just being a chill guy, they're like, oh, I need to make sure everyone knows I'm better than them. And it's like, okay. A rather big part of why it gets slower. Yeah, yeah. Politics and bureaucracy. Well, it's like bureaucracy is pretty good usually because it's a matter of organizing a lot of information in order to have systems work effectively. So like it's not bad, but yeah, no. Gotta love when it's just like, ah yes, politics, yes. The grand pain in the ass. Where it's just like, it doesn't have to be this way. It doesn't have to be this way. But you feel threatened when someone looks at you the wrong way. Anyway. Oh man. It's one of those things with trade-offs, absolutely, but because I have to like micromanage and I feel it's like an extra layer where I'm like, yeah, yeah. Also fine, I'll go. Yeah, no. No, it's like, well, also like the more information you have to manage, the more you have to like, that's like the bittersweet thing because it's just like you'll be like, oh, I should organize my information, and then you end up with so much information. You're like, I need to restructure my information, and then reorganizing all the information takes a shit ton of time because you have to make sure it's organized properly. Like this is the kind of shit where you're like, okay, I want AI to do that. I want that to be automated. Like use an automated tool or use an artificial intelligence to sort through uh different keywords or phrases and be like, hey, if you see this phrase pop up a lot, it's all related to that or like whatnot. But the more complex the like information organization gets, the more information you can organize. The only catch is that you need to figure out a good way to organize, and that comes with time. That comes with time and experience when managing information for you to know what things you need to be watching for and organizing. Yeah. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. There's a reason why we have a lot of encyclopedic autistics because we fucking need them. Someone's got to thrive when organizing information because Lord knows no one else will do it. Yeah, no, for real. Autism keeps the world turning. Yeah. We gotta have our train fanatics making sure that the trains are kept in order. We gotta make sure that our libraries. Oh, the Dewey Decimal System. Like, oh, that's okay. That's one big thing. Like, so I have a friend who has worked in the library all his life, And recently he took a course on cataloging. Now you have like the Dewey Decimal System, which is fine because that's meant for like finding items in like libraries, whereas it's like you have like each digit represents a different category. And so like the 400s will be one thing, 300s will be another, and then they'll like define the categories between that. And so it's just like it's just like categorical taxonomy assigned to numbers. But my friend was learning about cataloging, which is like organizing the information so that it can be sorted like that. And like there apparently I think there's two systems, and the one he was being trained on, the one he was being taught was the older one. Yeah, 900s is biographical stuff. But yeah, it's basically just like uh yeah, taxonomy of categories. Before I knew what autism was, the first person I knew who had it was a big train guy, and later I was like, oh god, the stereotype is stereotyping. It's okay. I didn't know what autism was for a long time because it just got conflated with intellectual disability for me and my experience of people ever using it when they did. Also, my example for ADHD growing up, the only person that I knew of who had ADHD was the one kid who was like uh extremely like turbulent bipolar. So I conflated like bipolar with ADHD. And so I didn't understand anything about it until I was like in university, and I had a classmate who I got along with really well who was diagnosed ADHD, and I was like, I see myself in you. And you're diagnosed ADHD. Maybe I should go read up on it sometime. And then a few years later I read up and I was like, yeah, yeah, I probably do. And then as I've had more and more information, one and the same, wait a minute. Exactly. It's just like going like, huh, we get along so well. It's like we're a similar type of person. Oh. Yeah, it may sound scary to your kid brain, like, oh no, if you have this, you'll get bad grades. Yeah. Yeah, no. No. I also don't think it helped that like my main caregiver growing up was my little brother, like they were like the school was just like, hey, you might like we're just gonna like kind of flag one of your kids for like possibly being like ADHD, like a little special needs. And my main like caregiver growing up was just like, how dare you label my child? And I'm just sitting there going like, yeah, that's your concern. Yeah, that's your concern, not your other child having an Edgar Allan Poe goth obsession. And instead of going like, "Oh, you like this weird shit," well, I kind of did because it was just like accept it, whatever. But also like, anyway, anyway. In freshman year, you had ADHD, not because you met someone with it, or because someone told you, but because I randomly got told I got tested for it. And can you imagine? Just had no memory of it. Oh my god. Damn, the ADHD had hands that week. God damn. No, but yeah, no, as I've like more recently, like after like learning more about ADHD, like I was getting I was finding more accessible avenues for like autism information. And then I started learning about that, and I was like, oh, there's this high masking autism that's basically being corralled by some ADHD. And then as I go on in life, I'm just like, oh, if I chill out and I stop like reacting to like CPTSD trigger kind of shit, I look at myself like I'm more. I'm more awe than HD. Adult life is like, man, I might have that. Yeah, yeah. Well, especially because it's like there's so many people when you grow up who like it's like okay. I had a teacher in high school who alluded to me that she thought I had ADHD. But I didn't have any context until I was in high school, until I was in university, and I learned a bit about ADHD like properly. Because she looked at me, because this is my French teacher who I really really loved, and she looked at me, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so nervous about like the oral test, like the spoken test for French, because like I can write, but like when I still had that one impression. Yeah. Um. But my teacher was like, "Oh, well, like, you're really smart." And I was like, "Oh, thank you." And she's just like, "Yeah, no, like, it just seems like your head, like, your mind moves faster than your mouth. Your head's, like, you're going a mile a minute inside. And so it's just like taking a bit for, like, your body to catch up, for, like, you to, like, verbalize it and say it." And I was like, oh, that's such a good way to say that. Her making that comment about, like, my mind being faster than my mouth and stuff like that. That was revolutionary for me in high school. That helped me to have such much healthier mindset so fast. But no, I was starting to say earlier that like a moment ago that like there's so many adults, especially when you're like growing up, there's so many adults and whatnot who like yeah, light bulb moment, big time. Who like there'll be some who'll be like, I see you, but like it's not my place to tell you. And also I don't want to get in trouble for like armchair diagnosing a child or giving them the wrong idea and them getting like obsessed with it and whatnot. But yeah. Oh, sorry, one second. Oh, stretch. Oh. And then there's also like a lot of adults who like aren't paying attention or just don't know. And so you just like there's very few people who will notice, but they'll be like, I have morals and I don't want to like yeah. Welcome to kid. Hey Bucko, hands Adderall. It's unfortunately not a treatment method. Yeah, no. Especially because yeah, no, the thing with children being um under guardianship basically with their parents or caregivers or guardians, that children cannot consent because they are underage, because they like even when you're like 19, 20, like you don't fully like think things, but you have a little more life experience, and it's assumed that you'll like fuck around and find out and whatnot. But yeah. Yeah. Anyway, no, I pulled I pulled up QWOP. 100% like man compared to now. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no. Early 20s, like genuinely when I was around 25, I was like I had one of those, yeah, I had one of those moments where I was like my brain is suddenly making connections. I didn't think I thought it was making, but it definitely wasn't making before. Like the neurons are like hooking up in the back of my brain there. And they're like, "Hey, I didn't know you were here, handsome. I didn't know you were here." And like, "Oh my god, I didn't know you are here. Oh my god, wait, this connection is wild." Anyway, I brought up QWOP because I was like, yeah, AI is stupid because basically, like, you have QWOP where you're like, are you guys familiar with QWOP? Oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. So you're basically manually controlling each limb. You control the thighs and the legs. So like, but like, this is like when you put an AI model. What if you were the AI right now? This would be run 2 out of 10,000 Two brain, you come here often? My brain cells looking at each other going like, I've seen you before, but I don't know what the fuck your name is. But yeah, no, it's like things like QWOP is like a great example of like when you do machine learning and you have like an artificial intelligence model where you just have it like brute force through things. Like the AI will figure out that like, oh, if you lift, oh, yep, no, if you like move, if you press the buttons in a certain order, you will either move forward or you'll do the splits, you know? But like it won't understand the extra connection of like balance, of like it won't understand that like, oh, like the human body is made this way and it goes bounce. Yeah, it's like if like go up and down, we move. Yeah, that's all it understands. It doesn't understand anything more about like the human body or why this game is arranged the way it is. Which is why like when you have generative AI models that especially with images and text, you'll get such nonsense and weird things because the model doesn't know. Like also like here, like it could think that like hopping forward on a knee like this is a perfectly viable way to move forward. Like like it doesn't need to be doing something that is human like. But yeah. Yeah, not winning any races, yeah. But yeah, no, like the idea is just like, yeah, no, like it just brute forces and doesn't understand any extra context to that. And that extra context though is how people connect. Because like let's put it this way, this is a high context, low information. This is like a high context, low information language. Like you have the context and you understand the context, but you have very limited information to input output, which is like thighs versus calves, you know? When in doubt, I can bring anything back to language linguistics. I'm just a little bit of a nerd. And I always go like, oh, I'm not the big nerd. And then I look at myself and I go, yeah, I haven't bought more language learning textbook resources. You read a thing once that people are getting more efficient at four-limb running and based off movement improvement rates, it'll overtake two-limb running. You're 1,000% nerd feel it's okay. Oh my god. I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm glad. Welcome to the nerddom. Everyone here's a nerd. Um, brag about your major. Nerd recognize nerd. Yeah, 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 yeah. Real recognize real. Nerd recognize nerd. Brag about your degree or specialization if you so please, if you so choose to. Yeah, 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 yeah. No, man, all I can think is just like four-limb running. I'm just like, that sounds so fun. But I need to fix my lower back. Actually, no, if you do four-limb running, then you'd actually like probably develop your core muscles more. And if not that, you make sure you use your core muscles more. So really, you should get into four-limb running. I think that's what this is. When people say to me, it's not rocket science, I get to say, it actually is. Actually. You just get to pull a full, actually. Actually, it is rocket science. I have the paper saying I can do it. I can legally do rocket science. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, you're the funny speech man. Yippee-doo. Oh, oh my god, I have all these little windows open from getting my chat box thing to work again. Oh, science friend. All the science people are here, and I'm so glad. I'm just like over here with like, I'm your humanities major. You guys are science. I'm humanities. Beautiful. It's beautiful. Ooh. No, I need to chill. I need to chill. I keep going like, oh, what if I buy some games? I'm just like, I need to slow down. I need to pump the brakes. I need to budget a little. Make friends with this. Yeah, exactly, exactly. You gotta cover your bases. You gotta cover your bases. What is it? It's like play into your strength and then find people who play into your weakness. You got a distraction for me? Oh, distraction? Human 1011? Uh-oh. And here I was like, I'll play a game. I'll play a game like a good streamer. I lie as I breathe. Oh, YouTube. YouTube. Oh, new Tedo Miko song. Okay, no, okay, watch later, watch later, watch later. I save to watch later. Save to watch later. I will need to watch that later. Human 1011. Oh. Oh. I think I've seen this guy on TikTok. I think I've seen this guy on TikTok. I feel like I've seen this guy on TikTok. Yeah, yeah, this is my shit. This is my shit. Oh, homies busting out the old English. Yay, old English. The old Ingles. Hello? How long before we Joy? How long? So how long before four-limb running joins the Olympics? Hopefully not far away. I want to see that. I want to train for that. Oh my god. And like, oh, they could have the challenge. Like they could have a challenge version of doing crab walk, crab run. Can understand English at 1,000 years back? No. Well, it's like when people go like, oh, old English, and they go Shakespeare. Shakespeare is early modern. Shakespeare is early modern. The way, but and it's like I'm over here going like, yeah, no, my brain is like 100% like wired for language. When I had a medieval studies course and it was on like ancient texts and whatnot, and the professor had an example and he had a Middle English text and he was like, oh, there's one word I haven't figured out, and I'm just like, I sounded out because like Middle English is all like it's basically people sounding it out, and I was like, for swiftly, forth swiftly, forth like forward and swiftly, but I said, oh, it's forth swiftly, like forward and swiftly, like it's an English word that has like remained in English, but it's definitely fallen out of favor, but it was definitely used by people who were like writing in like the 19th century still. Anyway, he looked at me and I said, and he was just like, I have no idea what you just said. You just said the word. I was like, no, I said like a modern English word. But like, yeah, the change in pronunciation. And he looked at me, he's like, oh, you're the expert. And I was sitting there like, what the fuck do you mean I'm the expert? I was like, oh, looking back, I was like, oh, I was the topic expert in that room at the time. The real thing, fake language nerd. Yeah.
Back in time and still understand English? Well, let's find out. I'm going to read to you a passage, but each line is going to use a progressively older and older
Okay, I've given up.
It takes before you can't understand anymore. Now, the whole world had one language and a common speech. And it came to pass,
Updating my title.
they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. Then they said one to another, come, let us make bricks and burn them well. They, having brick instead of stone, as they had mortar for clay.
The stone.
Let us build us a city and a tower, which top may reach unto heaven, and let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. But the Lord came down to say the city and tower, which the sons of men builded. And the Lord said, say, the people is own, and have one tongue among them all. And this have they begun
Yeah,
to know,
yeah.
and will not live of from.
Once you get older than this, you're gonna be like.
Therefore come ye, go we down and shame the way
Yes.
the tongue of him.
Yes, yes.
The voice of his neighbor.
Yeah, this is Old English now. When you start having the A's in there. And this is where it's like closer to Norse. I could take 1390s. 1390s is Chaucer. So here, like Chaucer, Canterbury Tales. So Chaucer is the main text that we. Oh, the garbage truck is coming by. They have a little tune for the garbage truck. It's cute. Where is translation? Read in Middle English. So Canterbury Tales is the main primary text we have. Is the primary text we have that represents Middle English text. When it comes to Old English, we have about as much. Yeah. The garbage trucks in Japan. At first I was like, oh, ice cream truck? What? No, it's the waste pickup. So it's really fun. Unless it's the guys coming at night, and then they're just like obviously don't have it playing. But when they come through during the day to pick up the trash, yeah. Anyway, but when it comes to Old English, the main surviving examples we have are through Christian scribes. So it's like how there's a theory well, not theory. There's a very good chance that the version of Beowulf that we have that survived till modern day that we have now is a Christianized version of the oral tale, because Old English and Middle English were mostly spoken. They don't have a lot of writing history for those languages, especially because the only places where language was written was either for government or the church. And so a lot of our old texts that have still survived come from churches because they were the main place that would write things down and like store it and archive. They were the OG library. It's a Christian over like well we don't have any reference. We don't have any surviving text of the original. We can like look at the trail of the cultures it passed through because like Beowulf talks about the Danes, so it's like more like Viking Saxony. So we're looking at like northern Germany and Nordic countries. Um, so it's that kind of region that story comes out of. And then as it travels over time, it all turns into a game of telephone. But obviously, like each community will have their storytellers, just like how they'll have their folk healers, or as they like to call it after a certain point in history, their witches. It's like how my cool grandma, she grew up in a village in an area known for folk magic and witches, basically. So it's like the village she grew up in had like a healer woman where no one would see what she did to practice, and they were educated at a young age, and there were specific customs to becoming a healer woman. They also had a few psychics in the village. History wise potential, uh-oh. But that's so cool, yeah. No, but like so like a big thing is like especially with like historical language stuff and stories is the anthropology of it and making connections across the cultural background of it to see if there's corroborating stories and texts and whatnot. And like a lot of like stories and whatnot will travel throughout Europe. So like you will have the same story but with like slight variations. And obviously the way that they survive over time is usually by writing. Um and also like writing that is kept weather safe. So it's like that's why we have a lot of stone tablets and clay tablets that survive as our oldest references for text. But yeah, no, so like a lot of our reference points is few, and it comes from very specific sources. Especially for English, it's mostly from churches. Because there's always war, writing's expensive, you send a messenger man instead, etc., etc. There was the whole thing with William the Conqueror in, I think, 1100, for instance, where, because the English and the French are like, especially when it comes to like their royal history and whatnot, they're thick as thieves. They're like back and forth. They're like bickering siblings. But William the Conqueror, he's from Normandy, so it's impressive how much history can be theorized even with limited records. Well, it's definitely easier nowadays because it's so much easier to communicate with different people. Um, and you can get actually a lot of information if you have the cultural understanding and you like look at the cultural history. Like this is also a language thing. Like how people use language, how language has changed, how the meanings have changed. And unfortunately, like the main way that we lose access to the information we need to gather to really like have accuracy in making theories, like historical theories, is by the older generations. As like they pass away, that we lose so much information. Because a major way where you lose like languages and like there's language loss is through generations of speakers no longer passing on language and using it in the home or in business and whatnot, because usually it's a language that has no place in business and in everyday life. It might have a place in the home, it might have a place in cultural tradition. It's like how in the Ryukyu Islands, so like where Okinawa is and such like that, that was a whole kingdom all its own for a very, very long time. And then it got colonized by Japan before World War II. So similar situation to Hokkaido. Um, but they had a rich history because they were like a set of trading islands that traded a lot with China. Like Japan used them as a proxy to trade with China at one point in time in history because they didn't want to pay tribute to China in order to trade with them. And so they had their own language and customs and everything like that. And one of the main ways that it survives in the Ryukyu Islands is through theater, through historical theater, because that's an oral tradition and they didn't really write. It's like how they'll have katakana, I believe, to represent their language when they use it now, because there has been revitalization movements, because they did just like Canada did, and they did their best, like the government of Japan, like with Canada and the Catholic Church in Canada, they did their best to beat the native language out of the locals and force them to speak the language of their colonizer, which in Canada was English, and in the Ryukyus was Japanese. But like there's been ongoing revitalization efforts in the last like, oh, I don't know, 50 years or so. It's still very new. It's super, super cool how, uh-oh, colonization strikes again. Yeah. Funny how that happens. Um this is why I was like earlier going like, yeah, it's kind of survival of the fittest for languages. Because the ones that have power and prestige will make it a lot further. Like, yeah. But yeah, no, sorry. I was okay, this all started because I started ranting about like how Europe has different influences on each other, and how I like to say, if I haven't used my favorite phrase at all, English is a submissive and breedable language. It has been built up and influenced by so many different language. It is the hodgepodge of languages because it was influenced by like Norse and Germanic language, like Germanic languages in Old English, and then it had a French influence between England, like the English and the French. You don't have a flush emoji on hand, but yeah, you're flushed. Um, but the French and the English have like a long history, especially with like their nobility, and with William the Conqueror in the 1100s, French became the language of the court and like the prestige and whatnot. And so that's the reason why we have different words for like meat as we eat it and like as an animal. So like where we have pig for the animal and pork for the meat, because it's fancier to say, "Oh, we're having pork for dinner." Oh, it's a pork steak rather than a pig steak. Because most languages like Japanese will be like, "Oh, it's pig meat" and stuff like that. English coping is yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Power bottom. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Big power bottom. Pillow princess. Pillow princess Brad. But yeah, because it's like you can look at other languages in Europe and you can see a strong influence on how they kind of developed and like what their influences were like, or their where their population kind of migrated from or traded with a lot. My new English fanfic, my new English language fanfic will go crazy now. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Actually, that's such a I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed that like I never thought of that. Maybe one day if I'm feeling really crazy, I'll write a fanfic about the English language being a power bottom. It's just oh my god. It's just an orgy. It's just an orgy. And the English languages they're going like, I'm needy. I'm needy. Give me attention. Oh, oh. Jazz is doing critical damage. Italia mentioned. Ugh. Italia, but it's language. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, but if you did Italia but languages, oh my god. The amount of toxic relationships. Holy shit, that's actually yeah, one day if I okay, I'm just like this is such a good idea, but also I'm just like this will be a lot of investment in my time and energy. So if I'm ever feeling real crazy one day, um and you don't hear from me for like a good week or two, really, um there may be something dropping to AO3. Anyway, but I was going on about how most of the old texts we have survived through the church because there was stuff like yeah, like using French and also like using Latin as the written language for documents was a very long-standing practice. This has to be at least second tier of your mental linguist. No, I have English is submissive and breedable brain rot. That is top tier. That is one of the primary things I will always say is the English language is submissive and breedable. Hierarchy is in the shape of the Rosetta Stone. Oh my, I love that. I love that so much. Oh my god. Anyway, so yeah, the main reason why we don't have a lot of surviving Middle English or Old English texts is that a lot of the time when they were written because the author wanted to record it as such. There was no demand for it. There was no demand for it until like when like the printing press came out basically. And then that made texts more accessible and less expensive and you didn't really have the like gothic illuminations anymore. So, do I want more psychic damage? Hit me. Why not? Why not? What are you gonna do to me? What are you gonna do to me? What are you hitting me with, Yaz? Uh, uh, oh my god, talking about the hierarchy made the phrase language ABO fanfic pop in your head. I love that. I love that. That's not psychic damage. That's psychic um fertilizer. Oh, that reminds me. Oh, I have a fanfic I have to read. I've been making friends over here in Japan, and one of them is someone who was just popping off, going like, "Oh my god, I can talk to you guys about OMEGAVERSE." And I've been introduced to, I think it's an Agents of Shield, um, male, female, female fanfic. And my friend was saying it ruined all possibility. It ruined her standards because now she has standards for a MFF fanfic because she was like, "Oh my god, it's not like a weird kink thing or whatnot. It's like two characters genuinely caring about the third." And and I'm just like, send me the fanfic, ruin my life. Yeah, so yeah, let's go. Language ABO fanfic pop in your head. Gaining taste live. Yeah, I got that umami. That fandom umami. Yeah, no, language ABO, English language, the English language is the Omega who gets empregged. Yes, 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 yes. Oh my god. Maybe I should start reading those like free Kindle fanfic message. Fanfic MSG. Oh my god, I love that. Oh my god, I love that. Oh, my keyboard is saying it's low battery because I got a little dual screen laptop thing, but oh, I had a friend explain Omegaverse to you after a group of mine did a quiz of where we fall. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. The moment the friend comes in, anyone goes in, I was like, "Yeah, I explained fanfic. I explained Omegaverse to my friends." Or I had Omegaverse explained to me. I'm just like, okay, was it like as a threat, or was it like contextually relevant? I'm usually in the camp of it's a threat. It low key probably, but I can send the quiz. Oh my god, it was Lordum. Oh, oh. I love listening to lore dump as long as I don't get totally lost. Yeah. Anyway, anyway, no, I was just thinking. I'm just like ABO, like in the English language being like the Omega who gets empregged, and I'm just like, this is making me think. Shadow Discord, blah, blah, blah. Wherever you feel like a homie, I might have links blocked in Discord chat, in stream chat actually, so Discord probably. Um, but um, anyway, where was I at before I had big yawn? Oh, 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 ooh, oh, oh, wait. Let me just. Is this what I think it is? Is this the one where the answers are like carrying beta, possessive alpha? Because I think I took this before. So I don't remember the questions. I took this recently, like 2 days ago. That's why I was just like, that looks awfully familiar. Oh my god. No, no shot. I saw someone post it online, like with their answers or whatnot, and I was like, fuck it, why not? I'll do it too. Oh my god. I love fandom Quizlets and personality quiz things. Oh my god. I love it so much. It's so good. So good. Um but no, anyways, I was trying to get around to the point of like, I have one friend and she loves reading the shitty, like, I don't know what you call them now, but they're basically Harlequin novels, except they're like, what was my result? Oh, I got carrying beta. I'm a normie. I'm sorry. I'm helping. I'm sorry. I don't do dramatic tension. Soft alpha sweep, sorry to say. Aww. Anyways. I was saying, I have a friend, she really likes like the really like shitty smut that's like half the time for free on like Amazon and Kindle stuff. And I'm just like, I was just thinking of like the one she told me about where there's like Martian twins who like claim a woman and they like mutually impregnate her. And I'm just like, okay, but the English language is the woman and it's empreg. And Jazz, you're funny. Jazz, I've never been in a relationship either, at least none that was like a substantial relationship. I've 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 been treated as a quote unquote straight. Yes. Yes, mutually. Yes, something like that. I don't know. I don't it was MMF. Oh well, it's still better than like what, the woman who fucks her doorknob? Or like the giant sentient tree. Those are like the big takeaway ones that have remained in my memory. I have not read any of them, but I have been told a lot about it. Second relationships are a constant balancing games. That's real. Oh, you mean like with what, polyamory? Or like still not weirder than some Greek mythology? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Especially if you get in the depths of it and you like really pay attention. And you're just like, okay, y'all are a little freaky. Just in terms of like mental load, so keeping one up for long. Mental load, just keeping one up and long. Not to point fingers, but Zeus. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, okay, clarification question, Kareem. Um, are we talking about one long-term relationship or are we talking about two? He's playing set and forget. I hate that. I hate that. I hate that. I hate that. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Anyway. Oh. Just long relationships. Oh, okay. Again, I have not had like a real relationship. That's okay. You said second, but I wasn't sure if this was related to me talking about um the twin Martians and their woman, or if this was about just like relationships in general. Yeah, I've got lost in the sauce. I'm sorry. I was busy cooking. I was busy cooking. Yeah. Yeah. No. Keeping one up with it. Hey, that's that's the flavor of the day right now. Oh my god. I want to sip yelling, god damn it. Oh yeah. It's probably because I haven't moved much today. Eh. Uh, anyway.
18 lines of the Canterbury Tale, Drocht of March hath Perse to the road.
Here. So we love Middle English being the sounded out. Where's our channel joined for jumping jacks? Um I'll die. I'll die. I'll die. We can bully you into fitness. Don't worry, I bully myself. I'm getting like I'm walking like 4 kilometers a day at least every time I go out. So I'm getting some fitness. It's my big thing is I need to stretch more. I need to do some planks and stuff. It would also probably help if I didn't have a fold out chair for a chair, but yeah. Anyway, I want to play this because it's been sitting up. But yeah. Bullying me into fitness another day. I'm not quite up for it today. Yeah.
April, with his sure sote, the Drocht of March hath Perse to the rote, and bathed every vine in switchly cour.
Planks at 30 seconds. Oh, I got this. Planks at 2 minutes. Oh my god.
Of which virtue engendred is the floor. One Zephyrus ache with his sway to breath, in spirit hath in every holt and heath the tendre croppus, and the younge sonne hath in the ram his half course runne.
You did exercise today. Oof. Good job. Good job. You did exercise. You did movement. Good. Anyway, so Middle English, with a sure suit. So sures, that's a very not modern English word. And then suit, I'm just like, if I know shores, I could kind of guess that because my thought is like either like color or like motion. And the drought of March. Oh, showers. It's shures. So showers. When April with his, but it's. I think if you plug me into the 1390s and I could make it up enough to get by with the locals, yeah, they'll look at you weird, but you'd probably make it okay. I think most people make it okay. But yeah. But yeah, no, it's like so when April with his showers suit. Not sure. Like that would be question mark. The drought of March had pierced to the root and bathed every vine in sweet liquor, of which virtue, which is honestly, I want to take like a couple phrases from Chaucer English and say it normal. Do it, do it, do it for fun. Do it for every vine. Do it for the vine. Oh, I don't even have my scroller on scroll. Oh my god. Okay. The Middle English influence is real. The scroller. Every vine. Do it for the vine. Like a mat. Oh, imagine I'm saying goodnight to someone and go, slip in all the night with open eye. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That sleeping all the night with open eye, so pricketh the nature in his courage. But yeah, so it's like with here come April showers after the drought of March should pierce to the root. The April showers bathe every vine in sweet liquor, of which they have to. That's Latin influence, I swear to God. Engendered in the flower, so flower, flower. When Zephyrus eke with his sweet breath inspired hath in every holt and heath. Yeah, anyways, yeah, exactly. Submissive and breedable. I'm just like, okay, sure suit. And I'm just like, okay. Because it's like, because Old English is like Norse, like Saxon languages. And then you also probably have like, Gaelic influences that come into the mix. Probably not super strongly, but by Middle English, you definitely have Gaelic influence. Well, especially depending on the region. Like if they're like further in north in England, yeah, it's like the way that like England has like a bajillion different accents, and that's because you have like the concentrations of people, and also they'll be like, "Oh, I'm from this area." He's like, "Fuck you, you're not a local." And so you have like the categorization, the political categorization of groups of people, and they're like, "You're not part of the group. You can't speak like us." Or well, you don't speak like us, so you're not part of the group.
And smaller fools maken melodieën.
Oh, wait. Is there... Oh! Have y'all ever heard of the Faerie Queene? Because this is a language nerd. This is a language nerd. So Edmund Spenser. So yeah, this is in the latter half of the 16th century. He wrote this book, and so this is in modern English, but he tried to make it sound more quote unquote old timey. Okay, so this was wait 1 second. Okay, when did Shakespeare write? Most of his known work is from between 1589. When was the Faerie Queene written? So okay, so this guy wrote this. I was like in the time of Shakespeare, right? Yeah. So this is written same time as Shakespeare, but purposely made it sound extra old timey. I really love it, but I can't read it for shit because it doesn't feel as intuitive as like Chaucer. Lo, I the man whose muse will home the mask, as time her taught in lowly shepherds fades, and now enforced a far and fitter task. Yeah, this is when so I had this as an assignment in university, and I chose to do this one, and I hate reading it on my own, so.
Legend of the Knight of the Red Cross. This is a LibriVox recording. All
LibriVox, my beloved.
For more information or to wherein old
Oh.
Hypocrisy him to entrap, doth to his home entreat.
Wait, what?
A gentle knight was pricking on the plain, clad in mighty arms.
This is in the same section. Oh, it says from? What? Oh, God, come on. Come on. Oh. Okay. No? Huh? We're in a different book. No, that was an excerpt. That's not the same as this. Oh, The Faerie Queene was never completed, but it continues to be one of the most beautiful and important works of literature ever written. Spencer wrote it as a pan to... Wait. All right, here we go. Oh my... That's cruel. That's how kids get bullied, my dude. Oh my God. Yeah, Elizabethan period. Book 1, Concept 2. Oh God, the formatting. Oh God, the formatting. Wait, what?
The Faerie Queene.
Oh God. Oh no, there we go. All right, too much of it. Hear me out. That's fair.
Book 1, Canto 1. The patron of true holiness, foul error doth defeat. Hypocrisy him to entrap, doth to his home entreat.
Huh?
A gentle knight was pricking on the plain, clad in mighty arms and silver shield, wherein old dints of deep wounds did remain, the cruel marks of many a bloody field. Yet arms till that time did he never wield, his angry steed did chide his foaming bit, as much disdaining...
Oh no, captions are not... No. I don't know. The Faerie Queene Book 1, Canto 1, but... Huh? Huh?
Book 1, The Legend of the...
Oh, Canto 00. What? Did people organize things different? Oh. Oh. That was Canto 0. Oh, it started... Oh my God. Okay. That's stupid.
Book 1, Canto 1.
Yeah.
The patron of true holiness, foul error doth defeat. Hypocrisy him to entrap, doth to his home entreat. A gentle knight was pricking on the plain, clad in mighty arms and silver shield, wherein old dints of deep wounds did remain, the cruel marks of many a bloody field. Yet arms till that time did he never wield, his angry steed did chide his foaming bit, as much disdaining to the curb to yield. Full jolly knight he seemed, and fair did sit, as one for knightly jousts and fierce encounters fit.
I'm sorry. Okay, first of all, this doesn't sound as crazy as I remember it being. So I think that's a point for personal growth. I need to write like this more. Yeah, just to fuck with everyone. Just fuck with everyone. It sounds good. Okay. It is definitely modern English, though. The only thing is that the I is J. So Yoli, well, jolly. Wait, did he say jolly? He said no. He's jolly. Jests as for one nightly jousts. Like this is a phonetic. This is a phonetic spelling. Because if you read this as like a modern English, like current day speaker, you'd be like, Guists. Guists. Or at least that's how I would read it if I didn't have the audiobook to say it and say it as jousts. It's like how there's Shakespearean performances where the actors are trained, where the actors are trained to speak in a way similar to like actually in Shakespeare's time, or like a Shakespearean English reconstruction, so to speak. And when they read Shakespeare how it's written in that way, it becomes like perfectly intelligible. So it's just like with the reading of the Faerie Queene here by a professional reading it like as it is, but the pronunciation is adjusted to be properly reflect. Yeah. Like, and like the never. So never here. This is spelling convention from modern English that came from Latin, like the church's writing with Latin, is that the V and the U were used like interchangeably. They were the same character written most of the time. And so there was never really a need for distinction because you just know it. But then later there was a distinction. And it's like how we have why it's called W instead of double V. Without hearing it at the same time, the difficulty would raise it a ton. But me, so it's yeah. But it's like so it's like why we have W instead of double V. Like in French, they call it W. Is because the U and V were often the same character in writing, and so it's like, oh, it's a W, so there's two U's. But V and U were like, yeah, they're used interchangeably in writing for a long time. And what was the other one? Yeah, I and J. I and J, like I was used as like a J but like as a consonant. So like I as a consonant would be a J in writing, like older writing convention. And so like it's like this is really cool because it shows you like a lot of like when you hear it spoken, it sounds perfectly intelligible. But when you see it written, you see how the spelling conventions and like the understanding of written English was adapted to make like phonetic spellings before there was an established standard of writing in English, which is classist, and came from old white guys who were just like, we need to have English. I'm feeling like a yelly donut and some warm bread. Yeah. Like a jelly donut and warm bread. Yeah. Yeah, you got it. You got it. But like, there's like weird prescriptivist rules in English that are like archaic and like no one properly really follows because they're stupid. I see the vision. I'm basically 500 years old. There you go. There you go. If you cannot become the immortal, you can embody the immortal. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I had a message. I opened it. I was like, oh, cool. Okay, moving on. Boom, boom, boom. What was I rambling? I'm getting lost in the sauce, man. Faerie Queene, Faerie Queene. Become the immortal. Really don't have warm bread. Spelling conventions. Right. Prescriptivist rules of English. Okay. the class stuff influencing the language? Yeah, no. Not like there's like academic writing standards that you have to meet for anything to be published, you know. That's definitely not to keep people out. I mean, well, it's like there's making it eloquent, but also at the same time, now we have the issue of people being like, I'm going to chat GPT. And then people going like, oh, you can't write nice because ChatGPT, you plagiarized. Yeah, sure, no, surely not. There's not hierarchy and power and class struggle within language convention and how people view language. Not one bit. No, not at all. Not at all. Where is his fucking name? It was Brown or something, right? No. Oh yeah. Where is his fucking name? Origins. Where are you? Yeah. Historically in language. Where's the one for English? Where's no. We need English because there are motherfuckers I need to write. Fight. I need to fight. I'm gonna back a bit. I've had disagreements, but I think immortality is a bad zero power pick. Yeah. You will not be having a fun, silly time. No. You'll be having a long, sad time. Unless you have a really, really good vibe. Word reference forum, why not? What was it? Oh, go away. Where are you? Where's the freaking grammarians? I want to fight. History of English grammars. Where? Dryden. Okay. No, we don't throw books. Books didn't do anything wrong. Books don't deserve to be thrown. Unless it's by John Dryden. Okay, so this motherfucker was one of the foremost people in giving a lot of. Okay, how about angry letters? Yes. Letters to the editor? Yes. So like parts of speech based on like Latin and Greek, you know, Latin being a language that has a different word order and has case markers, which English does not have. English's grammar is more sentence order and preposition based. Latin, I can speak to Latin because Latin is you have the verb at the end and then you have the declension of the verb. So the verb tells you information about the subject of the sentence. And so you don't have to say the subject of the sentence. Because it's in the verb. And those verbs cannot be split apart. So when you have fucking Dryden over here going like, no sentence can end in a preposition, because Latin cannot end in a preposition, rule of no split infinitives was adopted because Latin has no split infinitives. I'm shaking my hand. The fists are in the air. The fists are in the air. You know, just apply the rules from the language of prestige in writing and academics and the church. It's been so like they're going like, oh, well, if we're fancy, if we want English to be as prestigious as Latin, we should make it just like Latin. No, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. Like people are a lot better now, but if you ever literally, because I've been almost like copying things like that willy-nilly could, have issues. Yeah, you know what? We really haven't gotten very far in the baseline for like standards about like intelligence and organization and just like awareness, because Dryden is someone who would grift AI models and think that generative AI writing is the future. Okay. Okay. That's the kind of motherfucker we're dealing with. People don't change. This culture and society change. The world changes, our environments change. But people remain largely the same. God, this is reminding me about the motherfucker I met who was just like, oh, according to computers, there's no real music. It's all math. And I'm just like, yeah, that's what music notation is. He's like, oh, the only real music is classical. And I'm just looking, I'm just like, sound a little more stupid at it while you're at it. Like, holy shit. He made this rule when it comes to working, and it's served you well in text field. Yeah, I mean, like, that's just it's a good rule to have, that you're just like, this guy needs Vocaloid therapy. Yeah, yeah. Imagine the dumbest person you know, half the people in the world are dumber who go with that as, yeah, yeah. Well, and it's like, it's not even that, like, people are stupid or, like, I'd like to hope that it's not the fact that, like, people are genuinely, like, stupid. It's just that they don't take time to think about things, or they have not been given the framework they need to help them think about things. In the end, I feel that it mostly comes down to education. But even with education, people act stupid. People act stupid because they act ego first. It's more just like getting people to be willing to learn is the hard. Yeah. No, that's ego. That's ego. It's like with language learning, you have to not be bound by social shame of like making mistakes as an adult or making mistakes in general, and not like shutting yourself down and shutting yourself up because you've made a mistake somewhere, or yeah, just like embarrassment and stuff like that. Like, you have to work through that. You have to move past it in order to make progress. And that's the thing that gets harder and harder the like older you get, tends to be, because it tends to be more and more about preserving the ego and sense of self that people have. Maybe, you know what? Maybe that's why I'm doing all right for myself, because I've never really had much of a sense of self. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why I don't find it as hard, because I'm just like, fuck it, go with the flow. What's the worst that'll happen? I die? Or no? But yeah, no, it's like, it's mostly always comes down to ego when it comes to people, I find. And like, your ego will limit you, is all I'll say. Um, fuck it, we ball serves well for life. Yeah. I mean, well, it's like, you can get caught up in your own head as much as you like. But here's the thing, is no one else knows what the fuck is going on in your head. No one knows, or also no one probably really like cares unless really get to know you and spend a lot of time around you. But like, most people are worried about their own perception and how they are perceived, more than like, they care more about how they're perceived and how they are doing than how well you're doing. Like, no, the only people who are judging are people who are deeply insecure and are constantly judging themselves. Like, in the end, it's a lot of projection. So really, like, it doesn't do you any good to hold back and limit yourself out of fear that you will be perceived in like a way you don't really like, because part of it is that people will just perceive you how they want, and sometimes that does not align with how you see yourself. And a lot of the time is that there's a difference in um, life experience and background that's informing that. And that's why you end up with people forming communities around major pieces of identity like gender and sexuality, because those are a massive, massive part of people's lives. And especially if you deviate in some way, it's really, really, really hard to find common ground, or like you'll have just find time finding common ground with others, but you will come to a point where you are kind of like forced to realize that they, like, some people will never understand your perspective on some things because that's not their lived experience. They have no point of reference. Like, yeah, they know you, but they will, everyone's looking through their own eyes, through their own life as their point of reference for the world around them. And if you see the way people have certain attitudes about different things, you can usually have a pretty decent guess at where that comes from. Sometimes you're wrong, sometimes things are weird and funky. So a lot of the times it's a lack of information, a lack of experience, and just informing things. The information they get is through parroting what they've heard from others because they do not have any personal experience. Like, people are wild, man. Like, yeah. Like, it's hard being a person. It's hard because there's so much. And the moment like ego and insecurity come into the picture, and there's like, anyway, getting philosophical here. Uh, but yeah, no, people don't change. Motherfucking John Dryden. Oh, I'm sure we know people like him today, where we just like look and it's just like, bro, what are you smoking? Like, chill the fuck out. It is rare to put yourself out there in a way that risks your image to yourself and others. So experimenting and learning gets stifled. Yeah. Well, it's like how I think it's especially like white guys who like do drugs and they have their quote unquote ego death. And I'm just over the corner going like I'm pretty sure I had something like an ego death forever ago, if I ever had like enough of an ego for that. But it's like, yeah, no. Honestly, I never understood people going like, oh, the id and ego. And I'm just like, um, what do you mean people are put like their ego first? What do you mean? Like, are we not just all fucking vibing on the same rock in space? Goddamn. But like with like more lived experience, I'm just like, oh no, I kind of see how it is. Um, yeah. Yeah. Honestly, but yeah, no, be cringe, be free. Right. Wait, this is so funny. I had experience of hearing that said, and while I can see, like, they did do that, I thought, I think I did that already. Oh, with the stuff with like ego death? Sorry. I just rambled with like a bunch of information. Like, am I confused, or are you a late bloomer, or yeah, the ego death. Yeah. Well, it's like, okay. I'm rambling. I was like, I'm gonna play a cute little game and shit rambling. Well, it's like the big thing with like the trend with that being like usually like white guys going through like ego death because they took like shrooms or something is because this is related to social hierarchy and patriarchy and whatnot, and also the way that different cultures socialize different genders, and especially when you look at more quote unquote Western. I hate that word because I swear to God, like I swear to God, it's mostly a dog whistle at this point. Um, where you have like the white boys are raised in a certain way where they do not question things and they are just kind of given things and they are the entitlement of it really, and basically never being challenged, never being made to critically think about things, you know. And so things like ego death turn into a big thing for them, and like it either takes drugs or it takes like a profound experience later in life, because it's either that happens or they're raised with a healthy mindset and they already just are like that and they don't really need the ego death because they're already like a relatively balanced person who has like a basic like compassion and like understanding for others, and like hasn't had that entitlement cloud their judgment and inform their world. I know I'm making my point, but also I'm just like I feel like there should be a way to say more, but also it's not a topic I think of too much, quite frankly, so I don't really have much more. Your ego experience was learning a lot about physics from BSOS and going, yeah, humanity's small on the big scale and being chill with it. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's like I don't know, man. It sounds like you're just on the chill. You're just on the chill side regardless, because yeah, didn't stop you from doing stupid things, but those who are being clueless rather than being yeah. But like I said, it's I was kind of saying that it's like there's being uninformed and not having the framework or like the knowledge to like understand things, and then there's having your ego inform things and take the lead. And yeah, no. No, the people who were just like, oh my God, I had an ego death. I look at it like, that's where you look at it and be like, oh, you're a reformed white boy. God damn. A born again white boy. A born again man in the patriarchy. You made it. Congratulations. Everyone's stands in a circle. Omerito, clapping. Anyway. No, okay. One of the things I was gonna the phrase ever, yeah. One of the things I was gonna ramble with John Dryden and like prescriptivism is I keep meeting linguistics majors. Funny bad when I'm in language learning spaces and I keep running into people who did linguistics majors. And every single one of them is going like, yeah, I took a linguistics course and it radicalized me. Like against like prescriptivist mindset, and like because in linguistics, because you're studying how language works, the main approach is descriptivism, so describing how it is used and going off that uh to create the information and synthesizing information based on how it is actually being used and actually has been used. So we're describing instead of telling people how they should talk and whatnot. But yeah, no, every single person I know who's been like, yeah, I did a linguistics course, and I'll be like, yeah, descriptivism rules, let's go, and they're like, yeah, fuck the patriarchy, fuck prescriptivism. But yeah, no, linguistics 101. And learning like the descriptivist approach and how they differ, how they're different. It's radicalized a lot of people, quite frankly. Radicalized people against the man. Put it to the man. But yeah. Yeah. Also, I feel like when people do a lot of research, they start realizing that too. Yeah, yeah. Which made me realize, as researching as my job, yeah. Well, it's like researching. People do not do that. No, 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 no. Hello? Can my little chat scroller thing work? Hello? Hello? No, it doesn't want to work. But yeah, no, like, honestly, the amount of times I've read papers and stuff once, like for like mostly in university because I don't really have access to papers now. And when I find them, I go like, ooh, and then I start reading them, and then I go like, oh, I'm gonna go look at something else, and blah blah blah, and then the ADHD is kind of there, and you're like, oh, let's see. Yeah, if you didn't summarize 80% of what you're saying, you'll see your friend's eyes glaze over, and they do know what's up. Yeah. Oh yeah. If you didn't learn to summarize, yeah. It's like, yeah, like, oh my god. Another point is that I'm just like, yeah, a lot of communication comes down to um knowing how to say things in a way that communicates that not communicates, but like it creates connection rather than like communicating eloquently or perfectly and whatnot. The thing to aim for is connection and understanding, comprehension. And like a good chunk of that is like cultural. And also like if people know what they're paying attention to, it makes things easier too. Okay, I'm fading. I'm losing my points a lot faster. There was something I was gonna ramble about. There was EP check. Well, it's less EP and more that I've just been stationary for a good 3 hours. Yeah. Researching people. Oh, right. Okay. But what I was going to say was that there's a lot of I've seen a good number of papers and such where people start with a premise or like even before they hit like a paper stage, they start with a premise and then you do like literature review and then you find that someone's already covered your topic. And then you kind of like you can see what they've done and blah 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 blah. But like even when I've seen papers that were like kind of like the foremost of their stuff and like they don't really have any like literature before them, the number of times when like I had one course and it was like lavender linguistics. Basically it was like going over like um the history of like queer linguistics and such like that and studies. And I remember the number my poor professor. My poor professor, he gave us a list of like some of his favorite articles, and the way we ripped those fucking articles to shred at the end with our critiques. I watched him just like kind of like see. I just saw pain in his eyes sometimes because we were just like, yeah, no, like if they were to do this again, we just like do like we just look at them like going at them like, yeah, we think their methodology is dog shit and does not properly account for this, this, and this. Like, like half the paper, half the papers that people presented and like did the review on and stuff like that, when they got to a critique section, text section, I just saw my prof just go like from like, yay, yeah, it's such a good article, like it's so like, oh, it's so important to this, and then he goes like like the pain in his eyes as he goes like, I mostly remember because I think when my group presented ours, we were one of the groups who was like, yeah, the methodology for this was kind of dog shit. Definitely a sign of the times. So we kind of called him old. Poor middle-aged gay man professor just getting ragged on. But it's like when you yes, yeah, exactly. Yeah, so these were kind of mid. Well, it's also I don't think it helped that like a good chunk of the class were like not cis men. And a lot of the articles he gave us to work with were about cis gay men. And so a lot of us were just like, yeah, you can tell a man wrote this. You can tell a cis man wrote we were whelmed by this, yeah. But yeah, no, but I think then the main roast was just like overall was just like all of us kind of going like, we can tell this was written by a cis white man. Because they didn't think too much about their methodology. They just did it. Yeah, because I don't think there was too many issues with the articles themselves. It was mostly just people pointing out the holes and the lack of breadth in a lot of them. Which is it was just like, yeah, I was kind of focused on like cis gay men, so yeah. Not surprised there wasn't a lot of breadth and like covering uh a wider, more diverse set of data, like participants and data collection. Yeah. But yeah, no, there's so much that like there's some like topics and such that I'll look at and be like, oh, this is an original idea. And I look it up and someone's done it before and I go like, oh, oh. But then also at the same time, I think I also I'm one of those people that has like a weirdly like a high standard where it's like, oh, it needs to be a unique idea. Or it needs to be something like relatively like specialized instead of just a broader overview. And I'm just like, if it's too broad, it's not worth it. Because it's like, I think I was looking at some of the articles that people have written about VTubing, and I kept looking at them like, oh, this could be interesting, oh, this could be interesting, and then it just kind of like boils a lot. I think a bunch of them just boiled down to, um, so why do you like being an anime girl? And I'm just like, okay, are we making a point here other than the fact that some people like having a pretty puppet as their representation? Like having a puppeted, like, pretty drawing as their representation of their self? Like, do we have a point, folks? Like, God forbid VTubers be pretty. There's a reason why there's a whole VTuber agency covering mythology, because God forbid VTubers be pretty. A similar moment you had with a professor in pain was in your social studies course where we looked at differences between liberals and conservatives. Raised their hands for which we were, and our definitely liberal teacher who had an awkward look as 80 of the class was conservative. Yeah. Yeah, homie, quick question. Are you in Canada or the US? Or like, cause if I take a guess by time zone and you're in Canada, I'll be like, "Oh, buddy, I don't know why your teacher would have thought otherwise." But even from what I know about but oddly New York, okay, okay, no, I understand now. I understand your teacher being a little bewildered. I understand. I understand. I understand. I understand. I understand. I understand now why it was shocking. Fiction definition of flabbergast. Oh, no. Bet. Bet. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. The Eepers are coming for me. Oh. Yep. They out to get me for real. Okay. Pipping 15 people making like Uma Musume. Anyway, let me show you my favorite song a little. And I just won't talk because it will just get fully cut out for the future. You're a game rep, by the way. Oh, that's cool. What kind of games? That's sick, man. Is it fun working as a game rep? Is it a lot of emails? Okay. You have a game rep. Okay, a game reputation? All good, homie. All good. All good. I was just like, reputate. Oh, rec? You meant rec? Oh, game rec? Oh, yeah, no, that works too. That's okay. Typos get the best of us. My infamous typo is writing sex instead of sec. So EPB striking. Yeah, homie. I have the wake up EP because I haven't moved much yet. I rolled out of bed, I took the garbage outside, and then I sat down. So four. Oh, oh yeah, you're the Outer Wilds commenter. I saw that and I was like, mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. The cult of the Outer Wilds is always ready to preach. I've heard about it, and I've heard about how you need to like go in knowing nothing. Don't worry, I'm well aware of the cult of the Outer Wilds to the point where I'm just go like, oh, even if people I know are playing it, I'm just like, yeah, no. I genuinely generally enjoy going into games in general with no information and only looking up information after the fact because I like to explore games. If I ever go in a do in fact nothing. Jazz, you good? Blink twice if you need me to call an ambulance. Are you good? Gonna need a linguist for that one. It's hey, this one can barely parse it. If I ever go in a do, in fact, nothing. Goodness. Oh. Okay. psycho. Okay. I love it. That's been my earworm recently. Been my main earworm recently. And it's a play on words. So you have psycho as in the best and psycho as in psycho. So it's called Koroku Psycho brackets psycho mode because it's like being alone's the best or like isolation's the best. And then brackets psycho mode being like I'm going fucking insane. But like this is from the same person who did like the lemon melon cookie song. So this is a totally different vibe from like the really cute like fruity pop. This one's got like more like social media rotting your brain, paranoia. Okay. Okie dokie. Let me. That is, but at least a brain rot makes bangers. Yeah. Yeah. Big time. Big time. Okay. Stream manager. We go Wade. We go Wade. My friend Lancost is streaming. We go Wade. We go Wade. Wade. Um. They're playing Oxenfree. I've heard the name, but I'm not familiar. Oh, they're going to play. I think they just started. Oh, they're yapping. Having a yap. Okie dokie. Let me make a. I need to save things. I need to set things up. Oh God. Okay. There we go. We got ourselves a little wait message. If you want to participate. And otherwise, have a good night. And I'll see you around. Blanky mode activate. Yeah, you got it. I'm definitely doing like this is like kind of like a weekly set time. For now, and I want to pick up some other stream slot, like some time slots and stuff, but I'll see where I end up with that. I've basically settled in for the most part, so I think I can start looking forward to that. Yippee! Alright, have a good night. Take care. I'm gonna go outside and see the sun. The deadly laser.
Term time. Like term time, does that mean like